Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to mind me, just this old guitar and a bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he ran and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke and got lots of laughs from a lot of folks. It seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen, roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and the stars, I'd search that honky-tonk and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. But it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I had just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. And an old saloon in a street of mud, and at a table dealing studs sat the dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my old sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold. And I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're going to die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and he crashed raw and into the street, kicking and gouging the mud and the blood and the beer. And to tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile, and I heard him laughing, and then I heard him cussing. He went for his gun, and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's going to make it, he's got to be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along, so I gave you that name, and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. "Yeah," he said, "now you have just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me, and you've got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do, but you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, because I'm the guy that named you Sue. Yeah, what could I do? What could I do?" And I got all choked up, and I threw down my gun, called him Pa, and he called me son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then. And every time I tried, and every time I'd win, and if I ever have a son, I think I'm going to name him Bill or George. Anything but Sue.
Thanks, Tony. Just trying out to see if you want to use my voice for voiceover anytime. Take care. Talk to you soon. It's Christy King.